I mean, the recent recruitment, we had, I think, about 1,300 or so that were on HIV.
I think the HIV conversation, the HIV education, needs to come back. Wow, when was the last time you had a conversation about HIV/AIDS?
You don't know these streets like we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Street is Watching. I go by the name Zeonana Kweku Bless, and this is my editorial. Kasi because over 1,300 people out of the 100,000 people who applied to be in the services they have been recorded as HIV positive. But let me get to the issue. Mokai said there was a heavy stampede at Elwak Stadium. Emra Omodeba out there, those who want to be in the service, they should come there, they take their details and also try the process. And as the process starts over there. You remember that? One of the things that you see here, a lady who lost her life, they decided, and as the people who were undergoing this exercise decided, some who the parents, and as the busia for now, if one member of the family, they'll use that person in place of the lady who lost her life to amend the situation. I hope so, Mokai. Now, the 100,000 people now apply, After due time, I was on medical, sir. The Interior Minister, Honorable Mubarak Muhammad Muntaka, in a conversation with the Committee on Assurance sitting, it disclosed here, say, after medicals, over 1,300 people came out as HIV positive. Let's watch this.
We're talking about recruitment and people not going through as a result of drugs and all that test. What I want to know is, these people that didn't go through because they detected drugs, were they actually informed? Because as a member of parliament, you get people coming to you saying that, oh, I didn't go through and I didn't know why I was rejected, I don't know why, and they keep chasing for you to do something about it. So were they actually told that because of this reason, you are not going through, and then you better go and change your life or something? Thank you.
Well, we in fact, I remember it's here when we were discussing the argument. Let's send them the results. And then I remember, the recent recruitment, we had, I think, about 1,300 or so that were on HIV. And then they said, can you imagine sending somebody a results, they're telling the person that you have HIV? That's not the procedure. The person has to go through some orientation. So one of the things that we did was simply to say that when you get disqualified, you are given a contact to reach out if you are interested in knowing the details. Then when you call, then they assist you to let you know. Because interestingly, some of the things that we realize are treatable. So people need to know and then also get treatment so that subsequent recruitment they could join. So you need to know, it's of interest for every person that got disqualified to be interested in knowing what was the cause, so that at least you'll be able to, those that you can treat. Hepatitis B, if you have cardiac issues, maybe you've had some major surgery, drug, mental, and all that. A lot of it, some of them, I believe, you would help you be able to get out of it, especially those who had mental issues. People may not even know that they are having mental issues. But these are things that are easily treatable. So we encourage everybody to try and reach out. Don't just say because you've been discovered, you are no longer interested. Be interested, because it may be something minor, it may be something major, whichever it is. If you get to know, it will be of great interest to them. But the reason why we didn't send the results directly was that we don't want the shock. Even based on the WHO guideline, there are certain ailments, you just don't throw it on the person's face that, oh, you have hepatitis B, you have HIV, you have that. So that was why we didn't send the results directly.
I don't know if you have a relative who told you, say, Koya medicals to be in the service. Talk about police, talk about military, but if you have somebody like that, I would advise you advise the person, say, no ankasa so enko check and she say 100 and 1,300 no okahuana say onka. The minister didn't end it there. He continued to add, say, when it comes to drug and mental health issues, they've recorded 6,000. Let's listen to him.
Honorable Minister, how many people did you test in all? Because there are two things you mentioned. For the drug and mental, there were 6,000 people that were affected. And for the HIV, 1,300. How many people did you test in all to get these figures? Because that's scary.
Well, there were over 100,000.
Okay.
Remember those who qualified the aptitude test to, they were over 100,000 who went through the test.
Okay, so
Honourable Minister, all these people have been contacted, the ones with the HIV and drug issues, they've actually been called to come in for an advice or to tell them what to do next.
Well, the challenge is that we were not to call. We provided contact for people to call who were interested in knowing why they failed. Because they could come and demand the resource, and we are obliged to give them. But we can't send it to you on the phone.
The assembly there, it is not just about HIV/AIDS and drugs and mental health issues. So it looks like our youth now, we need to have conversations with them. But let me start from the HIV/AIDS conversation. We live in a country the conversation about HIV/AIDS has really gone down. I'm not going to lie. As compared to some years back. So people are moving around thinking, say, when was the last time? Wait a minute, Mr. Mibisa. When was the last time HIV/AIDS conversation was heavy on traditional media, on social media, and everywhere? Wow, when was the last time you had a conversation about HIV/AIDS and now say you and somebody discussed that? But HIV/AIDS is in Ghana. Let me give you the stats here. So in Ghana, approximately 1.49% of adult population ages between 15 to 49 are living with HIV/AIDS. This equates to a roughly 334,000 to 355,000 people nationwide. That is alarming. That is a conversation we need to have. Now, the regional HIV/AIDS is dominant in Greater Accra. HIV/AIDS now here cano. Although in Ghana here, it is widely spread through sexual intercourse, having unprotected sex. But in Nyemaso Ekahwa, the barbering shop using used blades. Say obi adia da ho, a sharp object wo ho. Unin pako yene dia. Say etwa ne pako ne da, say intwa ne da. Now so de akoka wo ho. Na ebi etumi twa anase bibisa no. There are many ways for you to get HIV virus. So I'll just urge for everybody to be careful. Now let me come to the flip side of this whole HIV/AIDS thing. Do you know that there's a drug? As a uni obi da. Onena day na utimo ent no. You're like, Chalin pakuwe kra minena kodano. I'm suspecting say or will say ni say and as me huni ye. Do you know there's a drug called PEP? Ube to me afar. So if you had sex today within 28 days no, ofasa edrona, it prevents you from getting the HIV virus. How many of us have been educated on that level? Do you also know, say, if you are a person living with HIV, there are some drugs that you can take that can hold the virus down? I think the HIV conversation, the HIV education needs to come back. We need to go back to where we educate ourselves widely on HIV because the youth are the ones recording this. And when was the last time you went to the hospital to say, I am checking if I am HIV positive or negative? I must say this. And no story in the Bible, me shaming. I decided to go check for myself. I did the self-check. I tested by myself. I did it 3 times and I'm negative. What about you? Let's start having this conversation. This is just a wake-up call. If you've been sleeping on that particular issue about HIV/AIDS, we need to wake up and have that conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me end it here. Come into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this whole thing. And if you've checked in recent time, let us know. But keep it real because the street is always watching.
You don't know these streets like we do.
We